welcome back to episode 9. Is that right? 9 of Simply Carifying. We have made it 9 times in a row. That's insane. Oh my god, we have almost 2 full weeks under our belts. Can you believe that? The first week, no problem, right? Because you're all excited. You get in there and you're really just like, oh yeah. I mean, I'm surprised we made it to Friday because like those first couple days are really good, but Friday's right before a break and you know, like, yeah. And then after the weekend, that's usually when a lot of resolutions and things fall apart. Like that second week of, after a week of nonstop, you know, you get to that weekend where you get a break and you don't have to do anything and it's just like, now I'm good. So we passed that and we're almost to our 3rd week going, so let's be proud of us, be proud of us. So today is your house, your home, okay? I was looking at, I was born in the 80s, okay? 80s, 90s, okay. If you existed in that time or before, you know what houses and inside houses used to look like, okay? They were not just basic gray, white walls. No, they were not afraid of color. They were not afraid of patterns. Like there were colors everywhere, everywhere. I have seen brown bathtubs, pink, green. I've seen yellow. Like they went through the palettes back in the day. Okay, now those, that's fine. White bathtub, I have one. I'm fine. I don't need a brown bathtub in my life or a pink or a yellow. Like you see these things now and you're like, Jesus. It's just, yeah, it's just not for me. But even the carpets, the walls, the furniture, it's almost like you did the walls to match the carpets or vice versa. And then you bought the furniture to accompany the walls. And it's just like, you look at what things were like then and how they are now. Now it's everyone has either dark furniture, but most of what you see online is all very bright white walls, white or cream couches, white carpets, whoever thought that was a fucking good idea, or hardwood floors and everything else. And then the walls are either white or what they call millennial gray, which is just, you know, different shades of grays to just be completely neutral, like no, you don't want to confuse anyone thinking that you know what colors are in a lot of houses today, which is crazy. You can see the same thing in like cars. That was another thing I like once I started looking at shit in houses from years ago compared to now. Cars, I used to see green, purple, yellow, like all kinds of shit going on the road and parking lots, right? It was this eclectic group of just like weirdness sometimes. Now, white, black, occasionally silver, and then your wild card is red. That's pretty much what parking lots are made of these days. It's just like, why? What happened to like, I mean, I can't imagine. I get it for like staging and you want to, you know, you're trying to sell your house and you want people to have the vision and the clarity to see this as their house, right? So even if they want to paint walls, it's easier sometimes to look at a white room and very basic furniture and just be like, oh, well, this is what I would do here and here and here and here. But I know that some people actually live in houses like that and I don't understand personally. That's just not, I got a freaking clown sitting next to me. You won't find him in houses that are all white and gray and that's it. Like, you will not find him in a neutral house, okay? Which is fine, right? It's fine, to each their own. But I feel like when you see people recording and they're in these bright white rooms and like that's it, like I swear to God, they have one wall that they dedicate videos to, one patch of white carpet and maybe a white sofa or a chair, and then the rest of the house like has to have some personality, right? Has to. Or they just record all fucking day and they don't need the house to reflect them, or maybe the house does reflect them, which is also kind of, I don't know. So here we're gonna like, it's okay to decorate, it's okay to use colors and all that stuff. I understand that people will fight me for like minimalists, okay? They don't need a bunch of stuff and all this stuff. You know, they don't need it. It would actually disrupt their lives. And I understand that there are some people like that. That ain't me. That ain't me. Okay, I'm not someone who needs to hold on to like everything, but I work from home, I mom from home, I teach from home. So like if I'm fucking here all the goddamn time, I need more than a white wall to look at. Okay? Like I need things in here that make my life and my family's lives easier. So whether that's like a certain piece of furniture, I have a fucking jungle gym in my living room. I built it for my daughter, and I have like colorful nets from that to my ceiling that she can, you know, crawl up and chill in. You will not see that in 99.9% of houses, and I can't even fault you for that. That was something I did for my kids, only because we have this giant room up there, so it's like, if I can do something to ease anything in my life, I'm going to do that. And a house is a house until you make it your own. You know what I mean? My kids don't hate it that it's up there. In fact, they think it's really fucking cool. Like, and it is, you know, and that's totally fine. I have known people though to get so, like there are some people I'm sure that walk into my house, and I'll just paint you a picture. My front door has a sign on it with like, it's a wooden sign, and it has all like the horror movie killers on it, right? And it says welcome on it, and then there's a slash, like a bloody slash through the welcome, and up top in like bloody drippy letters it says you should leave. Now, I was given that as like a Halloween decoration, I imagine, but that motherfucker stays up there all year long. All year long. Because, I don't need to be sold anything. We don't need to talk about anything. Anybody who goes beyond that door knows me, so like, it's not a shock value to them at all. It's just part of, yeah, you know, maybe listen. Just, you don't need to be here. That's fine. So I leave it, but that paints you a picture. In my living room, which is a deep blue, right? It's like a really dark blue. I have this giant, dark, 14-foot sectional sofa, but we have this big room. So, right, like if I had this tiny room, I wouldn't do such a choke out color, but it just works. And this is stuff that I've been in many homes, okay? I've got to do this many times. And I'm someone where if I get restless, I will change a room. Now, I have painted a room, I think the most I've painted one particular room that I've stayed in was like 4 times. That's a bit much, but sometimes, you know, sometimes you just need to change it up. So that's, okay, so you get the idea. Dark woods, dark couch. I've got wood floors. I mean, that's just out of my hands. Was here with the house, fine. Works with kids and pets, so awesome. But like around on my shelves and things, like up on my mantle and stuff, I've got all kinds of these like skeleton couples doing all kinds of different things. And those are just things that are mine that I've collected. I get at least one new one every year. So, but that's me. This is my house, you know, like I don't, I've had to stage a house too, because I've sold a couple houses, and it is a knife to the heart when they tell you you have to pack up all of your personal things. So like you can keep the furniture because you can't box that shit up, but photos, anything knick-knacky, all of that, like, pack it away, because people don't want to see your life. They want to be able to see their potential life. Okay. And that's great. That's fine. I've had to do it, you know, and it sucks. But when I see these shows and people show their house, and there is like there's not one family photo, there's not one couple photo, there's not even anything on their fucking fridge. It seems so foreign to me. Like, it's just so weird. Now, I've worked for a very anal retentive narcissist prick. Okay, and that's how he lived. Now, I knew his personality, so it fit, right? Like, anything would be considered clutter, and any clutter would create chaos, and chaos cannot be had because, you know, he was a psycho. But I mean, it's one of those things that you really think about. Like, you can see, and then other things happen that just fucking flip you. I went not too long ago, a couple days ago, to pick up a dining table that my friend had bought from somebody on Marketplace or whatever. And we roll into this, you know, this gated community type place, big houses, all this stuff. So you're like, okay, well, it could be different. So this is okay. Then you start rolling through the neighborhood and you start seeing different things that don't make sense to me, but I have to remember that I don't live here, and somebody that lives here made that choice. Like, to me, rolling through that neighborhood, it was like every motherfucker was colorblind. There would be a brown house with hot pink fucking shutters and a hot pink door. Or a blue house with a bright green door. Or a brick house with an old school red and white, like, barber style awning above the door. To each their own, right? They're making it their own, so I can't even be mad about it. But looks can be so deceiving. Like, you walk into this house that we were getting ready to walk into to get this table, and it looks like it would be a very immaculate, put together, white walls, light gray or cream furniture kind of place. That's the vibe the outside gave. The inside, there were 5 cats. I think there was like a floral couch that I hadn't seen since like 1997. All the furniture, there was no like theme going on. It was just kind of like, what's in there is in there. And apparently the table that they had just wasn't working for them anymore, which wasn't like that. You just never know. You know what I mean? But this was a very nice person and, you know, made the sale and all this stuff. So it's just like, the outside compared to the inside, it just did, yeah, I don't know. But he made it his own, right? They made it their own. So I just don't know why people don't do that. I feel like when you record, what I think is hilarious is when you see the people that record and they show like this spot here, totally clean, totally carved out, and like just like minimal and nice, and then they show you like a span of the room and it's just like all this shit that was there is just kind of pushed to the side because you really only need to see this here and not all this. So all this is like real life and this is just for show. I don't know. How do you make your house your own? Like, honestly, are you someone who likes, we'll flip it. Okay. I talked about the minimalist part, the white walls and all this stuff. I have also seen the opposite side of that. I don't think I'm the opposite. I think I run somewhere in the middle, maybe a little more towards this side. I'm just not all the way there. Like the people who basically, you know how you doodled what your house would look like as a kid? You know, you might have like donuts for doorknobs or windows to nowhere that overlook castles and shit. There are people who decorate like that too. And I don't know. Maybe I'm not there yet. Maybe I'm on my way there. I don't know. Because we talk about like building a home for retirement one day, way down the line. And it's hard to think about because the longest time I've been in a house is 6 years. So to think of being able to design a home and like be able to stay there for the rest of my days is so unfathomable to me. Slow it down. And so it's kind of weird. My husband is like all for it. He's like, we could do this and this and this, and I'm like, So then I'll say things like we talk about, instead of having all these rooms for like if our kids come or with their kids or whatever, like let's have a bigger room, and that can be like a kid's room, right? Whether it's in the basement or upstairs, wherever the hell. And I said, a couple sets of bunk beds or whatever, just somewhere for like grandkids to come once upon a, that's so weird to say, but once upon a time, if it happens, then they have this place. And I said, what about in like the back of the house, instead of having all these rooms where the kids have to stay with their parents, like the kids can roam free in this giant kid room, right? And we can deck it all out. I would love to design something like that. And the doorknob to that room could be the doorknob from like Alice in Wonderland. And when I say that out loud, there's no part of me that holds back and thinks, fucking weirdo, like, how old are you? There's no part of me that does that. So it's like, why not? And is that considered, obviously not minimalist, because it's just not. But is that like so far out there that it's crazy? I don't know. I have a lot of horror stuff. I have a lot of Halloween stuff. I'm not someone who keeps that shit up all year long, because I don't want to ever be tired of it. And honestly, it's sad to pack it all away, but like the next year when I get to unpack it, it's like, oh, I haven't seen you in so long. Like, oh my God, look at you. So good. And like, I like that. But even when my kids move out, I don't see me like decorating like that. I don't know. So I'm not fully maximalist. I damn sure I'm not minimalist. I'm somewhere in the middle. I have to have stuff on my walls. Okay? Like, my office is my space. That is all my stuff. I have my desk set up. I have all the stuff I need on my desk. I have pictures of my friends and I, like photo strips when we go on vacation. I've got pictures that my kids have drawn or painted on my walls. I've got different art stuff on my wall. Like, when I say on my walls, it's like, here's a picture here, here, here. Like, there is no wall left. Like, there's the stuff, but it's all my stuff. It's not just like, because I have it, there it goes. Like, it's very much there intentionally. So, and I wouldn't have it any other way. This is my space. This is where I'm supposed to be productive and all this stuff. And these are like my comforts. If I just had nothing, I don't think it would be the same vibe for me. It just wouldn't. And I know that people are different in that respect. I just don't get it. I know I kind of verged off there, but back to my somewhat hypothetical retirement house. Instead of having like all these rooms, I thought, like, we're talking, and we have 4 daughters, okay? Eventually, maybe all 4 of them will come visit us at the same time. And even if not, if other people did, like, we would need a place for them. I don't necessarily like setups when I go visit family, because their homes are not our homes, right? Like, I am to the point now where when I leave my house, this will have to be its own fucking episode, but like, when I leave and I know I'm going to sleep somewhere else in someone else's house, it's just, I have feelings about that. Okay? I'm very particular in stuff. And so I thought, okay, look, what if, and we're talking about it, and what if we build like these 4 tiny little buildings out there? Enough to have like a nice bed, maybe even like a toilet and a sink kind of deal, if not a shower too. Like 4 little tiny homes, and it sounds like a lot. It sounds a little bit extra, okay? But our angle is to try to make a place that our grandkids never want to leave, or at least not never want to leave, because, I mean, they will have to go home, you know, but they want to go. They want to come visit us there. Like, the thought of being able to design a home and everything to like be there for a very long time is very satisfying and overwhelming, especially if you haven't been in a place for at least 10 years. I've never lived in a place for at least 10 years. That hasn't happened yet. So I think if I make it to that point before the forever house is what we call it, it would be easier, I think, to imagine all of these little things to put in there for us when that time comes. But it hasn't happened yet, so it's kind of like we'll say things, and it's almost like, you know, you talk, you know, like, oh, I'm going to be a superhero when I grow up. You know what I mean? Like, we say it, and there's a degree of, no, you're not, but like, there's another degree of, it could happen, you know? So I think that's where I'm at with that at the moment, but I don't know. Do you, like, I'm someone who, I heard it in a movie once, home is for free expression, not first impressions. Okay? And I am totally good with that. I do not need people to drop in. Okay? If they did, fine. But if you dropped in, you're going to see some toys around because, yeah, I'm not following my kids as they're playing, you know, and they will pick up their crap when they're ready in that part of the day. I'm not going to sit there and hover and helicopter all the time. That's just not gonna fucking happen. No. Laundry. I am someone who does laundry, honestly, like once a week. I will wash it all week. And then usually Sundays are dedicated to like mountain days. I could not fucking imagine washing, drying, putting away. Doing that like twice a day, even once a day. There's just so much other shit I can do. And I do. Nobody goes naked anywhere and nobody like freaks out about it. So it's fine. You know what I mean? That's just another thing. We vacuum every day because we have, you know, a dog with white hair that But if you come over and you sit down and you have black pants, I'm not going to promise you that you won't get up with, you know, a white hairy ass. I mean, sometimes it happens. So basically, don't feel bad. I know some people where I've gone over, they've asked me to come help with something or whatever. And they'll say something like, just ignore what you see. Just, you know, just don't look at anything, just whatever. It's like, it's your house. You live here. You live here. You know what I mean? You don't just pose here. You don't just record here. You fucking live here. You know what happens when you live somewhere? Shit gets messed up sometimes. Sometimes kids kick off their shoes instead of putting it in a fucking shoe shelf. Sometimes someone throws a piece of laundry and it lands this far away from the hamper. Like, it happens. You live here. It's totally fine. Don't apologize, because I'm not going to apologize if you show up and my kid left her fucking cup on the table. Oh my God. Oh my God. No, that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You know, and I'm not going to tell you if you go up into any of my kids' rooms that you're going to be able to like make it anywhere. Because yeah, it's a good thought, you know, like back in show times and, you know, sitcom days where everything was always put up perfectly every time, always, even when there's like 3 or 19 kids in the house. Yeah, no, that doesn't fucking happen, okay? And if it does, somebody's wound so fucking tight or doesn't have enough action or they just have things going on, okay? Which is totally fine for someone else, not for me. So, for the love of God, doesn't matter how you decorate your house. If you are one of the minimalist people who think that, you know, things are clutter and clutter is chaos and all this stuff, I mean, have at it. That's how you operate. If that helps you mentally, emotionally, you know, if that helps you go through your day and it's totally fine, it's totally fine. If you're someone who has, you know, donut coffee tables and a couch that looks like a hot dog, I mean, go. Hot dog. Go for it. You know what I mean? Don't be sorry. Because we work our asses off to move out of our parents' house and to have somewhere that we can call our home. It's not just a house. We want to make it a home. Home is somewhere that we survive, we thrive, we function. It's what keeps us grounded and makes us want to get on with the next fucking day. Okay? So if everywhere had to look exactly the same or like a bare fucking cell, we might as well all be in a giant fucking prison living in the same cookie cutter fucking house. And that sounds horrible. It sounds horrible. So don't feel bad about your house. And for the love of God, right? Like, somebody drops over, don't feel bad and don't fucking apologize for living in your house. Especially if you have kids. If you live in your house is lived in. Period. The only motherfucker who wouldn't understand that is someone who's been in a cell or lives in the white box house and has no kids and no stuff. Okay? And those people may have a little something extra missing anyway. So don't feel bad about that. You know what I mean? So however you decorate, however you operate, I hope that you are all living in homes that are yours. Your house, your home. That's all we gotta say. That's all we gotta say. So, that was a lot. But we will take that step off. Call that a great 9th episode. So fucking proud we made it to 9. You have no idea. Oh, and up next is Friday. Friday's episode 10. That closes out 2 weeks. I'm really proud of us, guys. I'm really proud of us. So, thanks for hanging in there, sticking around. Remember, this is both on podcast, which is spread over, you know, several different platforms. It's shared on Facebook. It's also put out there. We are recording on YouTube also, so you can also watch. You know, you don't only have to listen to my annoying voice. You can also watch my annoying face and hear my annoying voice at the same time. And we're doing this every day, not every day, Monday through Friday, 5 days a week. That's enough, right? It's way more than once, way more than twice, 3 times, you get it. It's five episodes a week. So Monday through Friday, we're going to be here, and on days that we record, we'll be live streaming on TikTok also. So much, Kara, that it's probably too much, but who the fuck cares, because I'm doing it. So, yay. With that, I hope you have a fabulous rest of your Thursday and look forward to you coming back for tomorrow and more. This was a good one, so happy home living. Yeah, there you go. Have a good one, guys.